by design because I've been doing other things, but I'm still gonna go live, of course, you know. But let's see who's here. We got True, we got Stacy, Kenton, Momo, 25 Kid Gerald, let's see, True, Abby, Dwayne, Zeke, 1G, Snake Eyes, Actor Guy, Matthew, Daisy, Brian, Simply Amir, what's going on? I be seeing Simply Amir commenting on see you commenting on the videos. Appreciate it. Steven, Maul, Eric, Joe, what's up? William, Malik, Samurai. Shout out to the people that support me on Patreon. Daphne. I am going to do a part 2 to the video that I did about Jamel Hill. I'm going to put it on Patreon maybe tomorrow morning because I think it's very important for me to call out these disgruntled heifers who are helping to destroy society and they're pushing policies and narratives. What's good, Latasha? King J, Wanda. So I did a video about her today. And any chance I get to call out heifers like Jamel Hill, I'm going to do it. Because they are pushing narratives that is against anything that we should support. What's good, Garrison? Michael was good. Appreciate it. I want y'all to know that I appreciate everybody that shows support to me. I appreciate everybody that watch the videos, share the videos, subscribe to the channels, donate, all of that follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm probably more active on Twitter, but I'm always on IG. Not a lot, but just, you know, checking when people send me stuff. Or if I'm researching, I'm looking up certain people. Because people send me topics, I have to go and research that stuff. I can't just make videos. So I go look them up. What's good, Ednice? They want to make society weak so they can conquer everybody. And you get the strong males out of the way, the free-thinking people out of the way, then you can control a society. Yeah, let's get the likes up too. But this stream is about this abusive heifer, Ari, who's known to beat on her boyfriends. She's beating on all of them. She's not beating on her current one because he probably does whatever she tells her. The real pretty black. What's up? But she's used to putting hands on the other ones. And she's talking about how bad baby daddies need to get the death penalty. And there were women that agreed with her. I'm telling y'all, man, these people are weird. These people they have no social skills. They don't have a long-term boyfriend or husband. What's good, Faces? I see you. Yeah, let's get the likes up. Shout out to Faces. Everybody is here. Yo, get the lights up. Why the lights ain't up? Where y'all waiting for? What you waiting on? I ain't been live in almost a week. I know some of you probably hate watching or you're watching to see what I'm going to say. All my streams are great. All of them. So it's not like you're going to see something that you've never seen before. Maybe some commentary that you've never seen before, but I'm very consistent. You can't do what I have done for years and not be consistent because a lot of people, they end up failing. Okay? They end up failing. Broseph, yeah, she done beat on all her boyfriends. Yeah, beating on G Herbo. G Herbo's got PTSD because of her. He never went back to her. Never, ever. Tim, what's up, Mr. Geek? Rising Animator. Gods Amongst Mortals, what's good? Pan-African. What's good, Shantia? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Well, that's good, Latasha. You always hitting the like. That's good to know. Appreciate that. But I'm just tired of these abusive women who are known to be abusers talking about how somebody needs a death penalty for being a bad baby daddy. If you weren't beating on G Herbo, then maybe you wouldn't have had to worry about that. But if your situation good, then why would you say this? Why don't you tell those women that tell you sob stories? Why don't you tell them they need to do better? But you're not going to do that because that falls in line with accountability, which a lot of you don't know the meaning of. You don't know the meaning of it. Y'all like the stream, man, because I have something very important to say. I got some important things to say here. I'm going to be going in and out of rants because things need to be said. I feel like a lot of these Western women are getting away with way too much. And it stops now. That's why a lot of you can't keep a man. Y'all are chasing this celebrity type relationship with these rappers and these athletes, and you're not getting what you're seeking. You're out here taking care of grown men because you want the power in a relationship. Shout out to Wanda. Says, I'm truly sorry I missed a couple of lives recently, Jay. I'm still here supporting. God bless everyone in the chat. Well, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. Wanda. Shout out to you. Shout out to the people that still watch streams, even though I haven't streamed too much over the last week, but still, can come back and watch. Shout out to Pahokee Sports. Appreciate that. What is with these abusive women who think they can tell somebody how to be a better baby daddy when you've done nothing but put hands on all your not baby's fathers, but your baby father and your exes? You are no room to talk about being a good mother. We don't know if you're a good mother. You could be the worst mother on the planet. We don't know. Because some of these women are not good mothers. They should not have primary custody of no children. Look at the situation with, what's the name is, Duty Low and FTN Bay. That is a prime example. And I was going to do a whole live stream. I was going to go in on her. I had to think about it because the more I did research and looked over everything, the more angrier I got. So I said, you know what? I'm going to say some things that I don't want to put on YouTube. And I'm waiting for a little bit more info. But I'm sick and tired of you single moms going from guy to guy, bringing all types of men around your children. And then when that relationship fall apart, you want to accuse them of things. When y'all are living under one roof. No one abuses your child once. It's a pattern. Okay? So let's get that straight. But back to this heifer, Ari. Let me tell you something, Ari. Women like you don't deserve to have primary custody of nobody's children. Not your own or anybody else's. You are a danger to yourself and anybody else because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. This female could be a complete lunatic. She's been a complete lunatic in public. We don't really know what's really going on behind the scenes. But when you're putting stuff like this on social media, it just shows me how idiotic you truly are. Look at this. You're nothing more than an attention-seeking, rapper-chasing, problematic heifer. That's what you are, Ari. And she leaves this tweet up, and then you got some of these, because I saw it posted in like the Shade Room or on one of these, I think it was on site, their Instagram page, one of them, and there were women who were agreeing with it. You were the one who made the mistake of allowing your baby daddy to nut up in you. He nutted up all in you. But you're upset at him because he's a bad baby father. When you knew his energy was not the whole fatherly family man. You knew that before you slept with him. Y'all be knowing the energy of these males and you sleep with them anyway. a lot of you lunatic women will sleep with men that you're financially supporting. I'm still trying to figure that out. How can you be aroused by a man that you're financially supporting? That makes no sense to me. You're problematic. You are a problematic heifer just like Ari is, who probably has daddy issues. All you problematic heifers complaining about your exes, your baby's daddies, you chose that loser. You chose him. And you're a loser too because you chose him. How are you aroused by men that are sorry, men who don't take care of his responsibilities, a man that can't hold a job, he's in and out of jail, he's living off his reputation. And y'all sleep with these men and have children with them. And you think they're going to change? You think he's going to wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to go learn a skill trade. I want to go back to school. You know why? You know why that woman would end up leaving him? Because he no longer needs her financially. As long as she's able to maintain control, she will deal with his narcissistic ass. Because all these men are narcissistic according to these heifers. All these guys are narcissistic. No, I think you're narcissistic. I think you're crazy. You got daddy issues and you need therapy. Then y'all want to run to social media and make incoherent videos and posts on social media sounding like goofies. Sounding like you ain't took your meds. Because I know a lot of y'all on meds. I know Ari on meds. She has medication written all over her. She has anger issues. She likes beating on men. And that's what we have. We have a lot of women who are on medication. They're on drinkers. They're alcoholics. They like to snort some cocaine. Okay? They like to pop pills that aren't theirs. Okay? Smoke weed and some other things. We know these chicks are basically functional addicts. That's what we have here. They did a whole front page of a magazine cover or a website cover of one of you of a black heifer in her dirty house with wine and all types of stuff, pills, and probably got condoms wrappers all in there. Probably couldn't see it. Y'all remember that picture? That was your westernized modern woman in all her glory, with her degree somewhere thrown somewhere because she ain't got it on the wall. And she got all these memories of just lame after lame after lame. A lot of y'all females who say this type of stuff need to take your medication before you get on social media and post stuff like this. You can tell Ari didn't take her meds when she posted this. She probably was a little bit intoxicated because she posted this at 5 a.m, which lets me know she was in her feels. She's thinking about G Herbo. 5 o'clock in the morning. Listen, my woman ain't gonna be on Twitter 5 o'clock in the morning talking about all bad baby daddies deserve the death penalty. 5 o'clock in the morning. It's just like, and if you're on my Patreon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I did a disgruntled commenters. A couple of Instagram models hit me up in my DMs. And I did a whole video about it showing the messages. And one of the chicks sent me a message like 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't you have a man? Why are you in my DMs? Angry at me. You don't know me. And then one of the girl's boyfriends was he sent me a message talking about stop talking to my girl. Dusty, Cone, your girlfriend was in my DMs talking to me. I was responding, you idiot, you lame. You look dusty through the phone. You look like one of those guys that do nothing but groom teenage girls to be your girlfriend. Stay out of my DMs. Put that energy to use and get a job instead of pimping out your girlfriend, who's probably screwing other men. Y'all see where this energy at? Their energy is in the wrong direction. You males are ridiculous. A lot of you guys are disgraceful. And I'm going to roast you when I get on Patreon. It's going to Patreon. Part 2 of that video is coming up. And you lame, dusty, lame clown. I'm going to clown you and your girlfriend. Because I will put her pictures in the video this time. I didn't do it before. I'll do it this time. Get a job. You probably one of these men that Ari's talking about. What is wrong with you males? Y'all are ridiculous. But anyway, you got Ari. How many men does she done been through? Like, there are men we don't even know. You know, we know she chases rappers. She dated a boxer. These are the weirdo women in our society that we have to choose from. But I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why a lot of these women are going to be miserable when they get older and these men ain't checking for them no more. It's because of the choices that they make. It's the choice that they make. A lot of women like this choose the wrong men to get in relationships with. And what ends up happening is that they realize they made a mistake once he moves on to another woman. Right? And he no longer has contact with them unless it's through the children. A lot of women don't like that. They think they own you when they have a child with you. We've seen women go through great lengths in order to can maintain control. We know men do it too. Men try to control their exes. We all know this. We got a lot of these guys that don't get a lot of women like that. Okay? And the women that they do get, they try to hold on to. So a lot of you women got to be careful when you get with some of these guys, because they ain't used to being with women like that. So they're going to become possessive because they ain't used to getting women like that, especially if you're attractive. So you need to vet these men and make sure that this guy ain't, he ain't got a reputation for being a stalker and a harasser and being narcissistic. All these women fall for these narcissistic men. But anyway, y'all choose these men to have unprotected relations with. Why is that? Why do they want to put all the blame on the men? Why is it always the men's fault? Is what I want to know. Why is it always men's fault when the relationships fall apart, right? We don't talk about the fact that you have women that will intentionally keep the children from the father, that will play games with the court system, that will chase a man down for child support when he don't want to sleep with them no more. We know this. Or he done met another woman and he's about to marry, especially if he's going to marry the other woman. Oh my God. She's going to make your life miserable by using your children. And then you have a situation like FTM Bay, who is allegedly around a guy who's abusing her son. These women are putting destructive men around their children, but won't let the father be in the child's life. You know why? I think deep down, I think it's a way to punish him. Because we already know these women are messed up. We know these women have all type of psychiatric issues, right? So their way of getting back at the father is by allowing their children to be put in those bad situations. Nobody's going to say that, but I mean, if these situations keep occurring, whose fault is that? You can't blame the father when you're keeping the father from the children. I don't care what beef you have with him. I don't care how many women he cheated on you with. You knew he was a cheater when you got with him, because women don't want a man that don't get women, that don't have hoes. Are you serious? If a woman don't think you got women like that, they're not going to deal with you. And women know if you're dealing with women or not. They know if you're a bit of a womanizer. They know this. So if this guy gets with you and cheat, when you thought you were special, no, you're not special. There's nothing special about you. You don't even know how to cook. Okay? You barely clean the house. You don't even like to wash clothes. Okay? You won't help the children with the homework. You don't have any skills that will make you a wife. A man comes home from working hard all day and you ain't even cooked. You telling him he need to warm up something in the microwave. I'm like, in the microwave? I done been working like 10, 12, 14 hours. I've been at work since 5 o'clock this morning. And I had to drive a half hour to an hour to get to the job. And I come home, I'm paying the bills, and you telling me I need to warm up something in the microwave? No, you need to make sure my food is warm when I get here. What are you talking about? That's why you can't keep no man. You don't have the skills that it takes. You're not learning. That's why you got baby daddies instead of husbands. You got women with multiple, I was going to say bodies, but I was going to say bodies, but now I'll just say baby daddies. But they got multiple baby daddies, and then they act like that's the coolest thing ever. And no, that's not cool. Because none of them wifed you up. None of them. Yeah, I come home from work. You want to argue, talking about why it took you 30 extra minutes to get home. Well, maybe because I had to stop and buy my own food because I knew you wasn't going to cook. That's why. So I want a lot of y'all to understand that the reason why you have bad baby daddies is because you are a bad baby mama. That's why. That's why these men don't respect you. That's why these men treat you like somebody that's to be slept with, not somebody to be respected, not somebody to take home to their mother. A lot of these guys will never take any of you to their, to meet their family because they're going to be embarrassed by you. They would consider you an embarrassment because of how you act, because of all the tattoos you got all over your face, the fact that you're on social media, trying to be a model instead of a mom. You know what's funny though? You got women, right? They will be quick to show all their children in their Instagram and Facebook, right? They got all these pictures of their children, just putting their children out there. But they won't show you one picture of their boyfriend. You know why? Because they know that dude is for the streets. They know he has multiple women that he deals with. He probably has a wife. And they want to say they don't want to be clowned for being a side chick potentially. So they want to save themselves from being embarrassed, and they want to save him from getting caught. So they'll put up all these pictures of their children, but they won't show you one picture of their man because a lot of them don't have one. Shout out to Liana. What's up, JDB? I haven't been on your live in a while. Yeah, I haven't been live for about a week. I appreciate you being here. Make sure y'all like the stream. No, we don't have a lot of people in here. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I still put on excellent shows regardless. They'll just have to watch the playback and try to comprehend what I'm saying, what I was saying when I was live. Because I know I see that in the comments. People be misconstruing and taking stuff out of context and looking like complete goofies. Then I have to check them. Like you should have been here live so you would have known what was going on. Better hope I don't start putting these live streams for the members. I may start doing that to wake some of you up. Shout out to Liana with the late fee. Appreciate it. On a second. Salute to everybody that's here. Listen, I have no reason to have any type of hatred towards your westernized woman. I just feel a lot of pity, and I feel like a lot of them, especially the ones that have children, they are creating a culture that is very bad for their children and very bad for themselves, especially dating culture, because the dating market is already in a bad place for a lot of them. It really is. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Now, me, I could care less, because you choose your path in life. You know, you could choose to go go in the right direction, or you could choose to go in the wrong direction. A lot of these women are going in the wrong direction. What am I to do? What am I to do? Pick your poison, so to speak. You know? But eventually the mask comes off. The mask comes off everybody. The mask comes off everybody. No matter who they are. You know? And honestly, we may be at a time where nobody wants relationships. Nobody wants, I'll say nobody, but nobody feels comfortable being just with one person. They would rather just date this person, that person. That's how a lot of these women are. But they end up regretting it because they put themselves in situations with very bad people, with bad energy. And what's funny is that they want the advantages of being feminists, but they don't want to let go of traditionalism. Yeah, Mimi's saying it right. Mimi's saying it right. They do want it. You would think that they would want that, but that's not what they want. They want it both ways. They want to be feminists. They want equal rights, but then they want traditionalism. They want men to propose to them. They want men to pursue them. They want men to court them. How can you want that when your mindset is totally different? That's what happens, man. You got women that don't really want to be married getting married. Like, I saw something where apparently Megan Good is not being good in her marriage as far as how she's acting, the stuff that she's wearing. It's as if she's going back to her days in Hollywood when she was single and wasn't really attached to anybody. And I say to myself, some women just are not wife material. As much as I really like Megan Good, I've always found her to be a very attractive woman over the years. I have never wavered from that. Even to this day, I don't. But she's not for marriage. I don't think so. Especially her past and the things that she's talked about. She talked about basically being for the streets. So you can't just go from that to being the wife of a pastor unless you're trying to change your image. And sometimes you have women that will do things just to change their image. And this could be a way for some women to change their image. They get into a relationship with men who are either in the mental health field, or men who are in the religious field, or in the activism field, right? Look at what her name is, Delicious. think that's her name, Delicious, right? She's dating one of the Central Park 5 guys, right? I believe he's like an activist. He's into activism, right? You see women go dating men who are activists, women that will go and date men who are religious or pastors, because it's a way to clean up their image. But what happens when they no longer need that? When they no longer need that, they're going to go back to what they're comfortable being. They're going to go back to what they're comfortable at, especially if the relationship's on the rocks. They're going to go right back to what they're used to, what they're comfortable with. So, honestly, I want people to understand that times have changed. Times will continue to change. And it's up to you to be able to create your lane, right? And I think that when it comes to a lot of men these days, we have to make a choice. You know, people used to make fun of men talking about going their own way, right? People used to make fun of it. People used to make fun of men that did the opposite of what was popular, right? Now they're embracing what they used to make fun of. I'm seeing men, especially like mainstream rappers, talking about semen retention. I saw Kevin Gates talking about it, and I saw Kodak Black was talking about semen retention for the month of November. That's stuff that we was talking about in 2014, 2015 on YouTube, when people thought that we were weird. What are you talking about? No fap. But it's making its way to the mainstream because we are in an era of people learning, people seeing what wasn't popular, and seeing that there are people who follow certain narratives and certain ideologies, right? But now, what was popular then is not as popular now. What wasn't popular then is now popular. And like the red pill, I'm seeing red pill all over mainstream. You got Van Lathan, who calls his podcast Red Pill. I wish he would stop doing that, because there's nothing red pill about Van Lathan. Van Lathan is a clown, and he's nothing more than a one of these DNC. He's one of these DNC. He's one of these DNC losers. He's one of these DNC losers, lunatic. He does his show with one of the swirler from The Bachelorette. And why are you calling your podcast Red Pill, bro? You're not Red Pill. Stop. There's nothing red pill about you. You have taken the blue pill. You've taken the pink pill. You've taken the green pill. There's nothing red pill about you. I done veered completely off of what I was talking about with Ari. Let me get back on it. Times have changed, ladies. And if you don't get your shit together, you're going to find yourself alone at a very early age. And I mean early, I mean earlier than you would expect. You know, a lot of you think that you're going to be, in your 50s or 60s and being, maybe more alone or more single. But you're going to find yourself alone and single in your 30s and probably in your 20s, because there's a lot of 20-year-olds that can't get a man, keep a man either. They just as desperate as anybody. They're on every dating website known to man, and they still can't find nobody, because you have no social skills, you have no kitchen skills, you have no bedroom skills. You just don't have any skills. You believe that if you got a 1 degree, you would be able to get the man of your dreams. I don't know who believes this. Who believes this? Who believes this instead of people who are mentally just incapable of really grasping reality? A lot of these people don't understand reality. All right. They think that it's a game, you know? It's a game until you realize that no one's checking for you. No matter how many BBLs you get, a lot of you heifers are flying to these foreign countries to get BBLs. Y'all used to make fun of men for flying to foreign countries, right? For women, right? But you flying to foreign countries to have your body cut up by foreign doctors. You know? So when you look at the death of the traditional relationship, even though women still hold on to traditional relationships because they feel like they have an advantage, they can bargain, they can, use something to get that relationship. Okay, what do you want out of that relationship? Do you just want to have a child? Do you want to be in a short term? Do you want to be in an open situation? Like, what exactly are you looking for? Like, seriously. And then y'all want to come on here and blame us. Y'all want to blame the men. Blame the bad baby daddies. Why don't you look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? It's me, not them. Because that's exactly who you should be blaming. You should be blaming yourself. But instead, you say it's not you, it's somebody else. There are women that I see, man, I say to myself, why is she single? Why is she single? Why is it that she can't keep a man? I mean, she talks a good game. She has a nice, her exterior looks very nice. She comes across as a capable person who can articulate themselves. Some of them don't even have children. So what is keeping them from getting a solid long-term relationship? What's stopping them from getting married? Why are they struggling? Don't y'all look at some of these women and say, why is she struggling? Why is she always single? She doesn't seem like she's crazy. Again, her exterior looks very appealing, but she can't keep a man. Something's going on. Is she bipolar? Is she emotionally unstable? Is it something that, sexual? Is the bedroom business just ain't booming? What exactly is missing there? A lot of these women are missing a whole lot. You can only use your body for so long before people figure out. Like Ari. Ari uses her body to get the men that she wants. I don't think a lot of people say that she's aggressively attractive. But because a lot of these black rappers will sleep with anything with a big ass, they are willing to overlook certain things. Like her horrible attitude and how she's put hands on every guy she's been with. Yes, I know of women that don't have children, bro. Yes, I do. Who are not old. They're in their 20s and early 30s. But you got to understand, though, some of those women may have had abortions, too. But they're not going to admit it. Some women can't stand children. Maybe they come across men that want children and they don't. But it's like, how you want to have a family with a guy and you don't want to have children? So don't be like Ari. That's why I would tell a lot of you ladies that are listening to me. Because if you listen to me, you're smart. Don't be like Ari. Don't go blaming bad baby daddies and talking about how they need a death penalty. Because that only shows that you're a failure because you chose that guy. You should have saw potential in him as a father, but he had none whatsoever. He just liked sleeping with you without protection. You like sleeping with him without protection. He showed you no signs of being in a long-term relationship with you. He showed you no signs of wanting to marry you. He showed no signs of being a guy that you can settle down with. None. So if he's a bad baby father, then what are you? Then what are you? You up 5 a.m. tweeting about how bad baby daddies need to die. Why are you up at 5 o'clock in the morning tweeting that? Are you in your feelings? Do you still wish you was with G Herbo, Ari? Do you still wish you was with G? Are you mad G Herbo moved on and has a family, another family of his own? That you and the kid that y'all have together aren't the center of his universe anymore? Is that what's pissing you off? 5 o'clock in the morning talking about bad baby daddies need a death penalty? Because you only tweet that out of hurt feelings. These females be hurting, man. That's why you be up early in the morning DM messaging or tweeting certain things, because you're in your feelings. You're in your feelings. But you have to take that up with God. Find God. Find love in your life. And really take a deep look in your life and where you want to go. Some women find this out too late. It's too late for a good amount of y'all out there. It really is. Because you're so set in your ways, you don't even know if you can change. No matter how many femininity courses you take, no matter how many black male bashing videos you watch, it ain't gonna change shit. You're still gonna be that same woman you always been, stubborn, refuses to change, and gets in and out of toxic relationships. That's where you're at. You're going to be stuck in that position unless you figure it out, but you're never going to figure it out because you feel like you're smarter than everybody else and you think you know everything. I did in my last live stream. I played the video of the woman that got the flowers but was mad because the flowers wasn't in a vase. It's like, are you kidding me? You bougie ass heifer. You're mad because the flowers ain't in a vase? Has any man ever bought you flowers in a vase? Probably not, but you're so bougie, you don't understand that. I see you, Anna. What's up? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. You ain't never had a man put no flowers in a vase for you. That's something you do on your own because we as men don't know what you're going to do with those flowers. That's your job. Our job is to make sure you get the flowers. But see, this is what happens when you dudes try to be romantic. Stop being romantic with these helpers. They don't appreciate that. These women are so used to verbally abusive men that talk down to them, men that play games with them. That's what they're used to. Ari's probably used to that. Women like this are used to men treating them badly.
They too busy wanting all the men to change cause their Lord and Savior Tyler Perry told them so.
Right. Appreciate that, Zeke. They so used to men just browbeating them down. They're not used to nothing good. They're not. And you could tell. They're not used to men doing good things for them. And because they're not used to being, when you try to do good things for them, man, I'm telling you, it's not going to work out the way you want it to. She's going to make fun of you because she's not used to that, man. The men that she deal with don't do stuff like that. They just treat her bad. She's buying them flowers, proposing marriage to them. She ain't used to no man doing nothing good for her, man. That's why you gotta let them do what they do, man. Liana, it's on this channel. Just look at the previous live stream. I believe it's the previous live stream. Go check out the previous live stream. I think it's in there. I should have clipped it. I probably should have clipped it. I still may clip it. I don't know. Listen, we only have but so much time on this earth to find happiness. A lot of these people just live in misery. And they want to bring other people down with their misery. That's why I tell y'all, man, don't take things so seriously. I see people on this platform, other places, taking shit so seriously. They're beefing with people. They're going back and forth, expending so much of their energy on shit that doesn't make any sense. That really you don't even need to care about. A lot of y'all care about the wrong things, man. I be hearing the pain in the voices of these females on this platform whenever I have. I hear nothing but pain. And it's because, you know, they're so depressed and they haven't gotten what they feel like they deserve because they've been lied to. A lot of Western women have been lied to. They have been lied to believe that if they had this, they'd be able to get that, and it hasn't happened. But these women sleep with men that bring them nothing but misery. Bring them nothing but misery and chaos. And this is what they are attracted to. They're attracted to that dark energy. But what happens when that dark energy turn on you? I made a few videos telling y'all, not telling y'all, but showing you what happens when dark energy turns against these women. These women date these guys with this dark energy, and they don't think these guys are gonna turn on them. Yes, they will. You can't control them. I don't know why you think you can. Why? Because you're a female, you think they won't turn on you? Yes, they will. You need to choose better. You got FTN Bay accusing Duty Low of abusing her child, right? Why do you have this guy around your child? I bet you won't let the real father around your child because you want to punish him. All these stories we see about these single mothers dating these crazy lunatic males and bringing these males around their children, but y'all still want to blame the men, right? It's always the men's fault. A lot of these women, like Ari, have had ain't shit mamas, and they refuse to hold their ain't shit mama accountable. They just say, we know what, we're going to blame men for it. They're the easiest. They're the easiest scapegoats. We're not going to blame mama because mama's changed her ways. No, she's still the same ain't shit woman she was then. She ain't changed. She just realized you're an adult now and she needs you. And she knows that if she does the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, you're probably going to cut them off and remind them how bad they truly were. A lot of these single mothers are ruining their children. A lot of you single mothers are not very good parents. You will never be good parents. You only want to be good parents when your children be successful. But where were you in the process of your child being successful? When you see these athletes go to the NFL or NBA, you realize their mother didn't raise them. Some white woman and her white family raised them. You know how many stories from football players that were raised in a Caucasian household by a coach or one of the high school boosters' family? She didn't raise them. That child had to survive on their own. There's a lot of stories like that. She want to go party. She want to go chase some man around. You single mothers, especially you black single mothers, you're ruining your children. It's documented. You can't get around it. You can't deflect on the baby's father. We talking about you. And the fact that you don't have no discipline when it comes to your box. As long as a guy looks somewhat attractive to you, you end up sleeping with him. And then you're not even sleeping with men that got money. You sleeping with some broke ass, ignorant, allergic to applications and jobs type of male, in and out of incarceration, multiple kids out of wedlock by multiple women. That's okay. That's okay. He's a hustler. How is he hustling and he's living with you on your couch? But it's the men's fault for all of this. Men are to blame because you can't find a good man to bring into your life and to be the right type of father to your children. But it's the men's fault, right? It's the men's fault. Of course. It's the men's fault. No accountability. None. That's why you have bad karma. That's why you can't keep no man. That's why you on dating apps struggling to find somebody, even though you're not going to find no relationship on there. But that delusional mindset, you think you are. You think you are, but you're not. A lot of these women, these single mothers, their children who become successful in spite of them. Because they've done everything they can to ruin their children, to damage them. And it's a miracle that so many of them are able to grow up and have some sort of success or be able to take care of themselves. Because a lot of you lazy, useless single mothers, you do nothing for your children. Absolutely nothing. You're a failure. The Gen X generation of mothers failed. A lot is I can add some of you baby boomer heifers in there. You failed too. And millennial women are right behind you. These millennial single mothers are right behind you. They're going to be failures just like you were. They're going to be just as useless as you were. And I don't care about your tears and how you went through this and that. You shouldn't have had all those kids to begin with then. And then you want to get on social media and talk about what the stepdaddy did. When the last time y'all seen a mother call out the stepdaddy of her children? It hardly ever happens. You know why? Because these women are obsessed with keeping somebody. So they never put these guys on blast until these guys are done with them. Like Duty Low was done with this heifer. That's why she wants to talk about this. Generations of failures at parenting. But you want to blame the baby's daddy. Again, it just shows you that you're clueless. A lot of you are clueless and you will never be successful at anything. You never be successful at anything. You will always be exactly what you are.
Ari thinks these men she gets with will change over time, so she's staying with them, but little does she know the relationship becomes toxic over time.
Right. Appreciate that, Abby. Because she's very toxic. Ari is very toxic. She's changed her behavior because Moneybag Yo buys her stuff, but you can see her attitude towards him on social media. She's always going on rants. Just somebody that needs to stay on her meds. She needs to not go a day without taking her medication because we know she's on medication. This chick is bipolar. She has anger issues and she doesn't know how to keep her hands to herself. And these are the women that we got to choose from. Generations of failures. They don't even know the definition of a good woman. They don't know the definition of it. To them, a good woman is a woman that gave birth. No, 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 and no. That's not what it is. A lot of you need help, psychiatric help. You need to go get it before you harm somebody or, put yourself in a very bad situation. Dating rappers ain't going to change that. Yeah, they may deal with you now, but a couple years from now, you might be old news. And then you'll be out here struggling to find somebody like Black China or Amber Rose. That's what Ari's going to be in a couple years. She's going to be just like struggling to find somebody. She go from dating people who are well known to dating unknowns because she realized that these industry guys don't really, they don't need her anymore. She's been used up. She's being used up. This is why I say what I say a lot of times about them. Shout out to everybody that's here. Like the stream. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, man. And make sure you follow me on Patreon as well. I'm going to make it my mission to start posting some exclusive content on there regularly. Because y'all got to see the stuff that I have to deal with behind the scenes, man. That's just some of it. And I am going to post about Jemele Hill tomorrow. Because she's just so goofy. So ignorant. Yeah, because Ari's too busy out here chasing behind rappers. 57. I feel sorry for you guys. Well, Anna, they don't make women like they used to. They really don't.
They can come up with 5,000 things that describe a so-called good man. But
Right.
when you ask them what's a good woman, silence.
Right. Complete silence because they don't know what a good woman is. They don't. They'll get defensive when you ask them, well, what is a good woman? And they get defensive because they don't know what a good woman is. They really don't. And again, this ain't just me going in on women just to go in on them. No, I'm this is frustration off of the stories that I have seen over the years, personal experiences dealing with certain personalities, the mentality. It makes you want to go off. It really does. When I see women put their children in danger, it angers you because she shouldn't have those children. But they give them to her because they want those children to grow up messed up and dysfunctional. And you grow up in a household with a father, those kids are not going to be dysfunctional. They're not going to be undisciplined. They're really not. You put them in a household with a goofy, attention-starved mama who rather do OnlyFans videos or post photos of themselves instead of spending time with the children. They spend no time with the children. And that don't just go for Ari. That goes for a lot of these women, man. They just choose their quote unquote celebrity over actually spending time with their children. They'll say, well, it's about money. It's like, no, I don't buy that for 1 second. I don't. I think a lot of you just on your last leg, so to speak, But I'm going to keep saying what I have to say because I know it's changing people's mentality and it's changing people's life. That's what I've been doing over the last almost 8 years. Y'all know it's been almost 8 years in November since I started making videos. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, um, yeah, I've been at this for almost 8 years. I told you I'm not a lifer in this shit. I don't see myself doing this shit for the long term because I've never been a long term person. Like, especially activities. Thanks, Anna. Stuff like this, you know. But I feel like the message is getting across, which is fine. But there's other ways of being able to promote and push things. I feel like it's time to go to the next level. Hey, can you tell me how not to be alone? Well, first off, you have to change your mentality. If your mentality is I'm alone instead of I'm gonna not try to be alone, you know. Go the opposite direction of loneliness. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen it all. I've heard it all. You know what's crazy? I've had turnover on my channel. I've seen people come and go. And there have been people I've had to kick to the curb over the years. There have been women who falsely would come to the pulpit of common sense and logic, but end up being very illogical. I've seen people who claim to support me moderate for me. I've had to kick them to the curb too, because sometimes you have to make changes in order to filter out energy that just ain't for you. Sometimes you have to do that in life. I've had to do that over the last 8 years, and I haven't regretted any of it. Sometimes you make choices, and sometimes you have to move forward. And sometimes you have to kick people to the curb, no matter if they're waving your flag or anything. Sometimes you just have to do it because their energy just ain't right. It could be that for your life, the people that you choose to be in relationships with, the people you choose to be friends with. Sometimes you just have to just kick people to the curb. And I have done that so much. Or people have gone away because, you know, I end up hurting their feelings one way or the other. Because with the truth, not with lies, but the truth. You know, some people don't like the truth about themselves, but I'm the type of person, I read straight through people. I do. And I'm very patient. I'm a very patient man. Very patient. I'm patient. Very patient. You know, and that's how you have to be. That's how you have to be, you know. But yeah, you know, as of right now on Patreon, I'm putting up some of my unreleased live streams from the last couple of years. I thought were great live streams, man. The energy, and you know, I look back on some of that content and how far I've come. You know, I feel like I've learned some things. I've learned some things, and it has helped me not only content wise, but dealing with people. You know, communication, my commentary, and I feel like it's you know, I feel like I'm more self-aware now, because a lot of times I would just go in and not really understand that, you know, you might be saying things, or you might be saying it in a way, and people are getting very caught up in their feelings, and that's what it has to happen. What's good, the Bronx? Sometimes people have to get caught up in their feelings in order to grow. you know? And I think a lot of y'all have grown listening to me, and you've learned some things, hopefully, that's better your life. But yeah, I'm not a life from this, and hopefully I'll make an impact. But sometimes you have to move to a different stage to push a message forward. I just feel like there's a lot of people who are saying similar things. Maybe not to me, but to others. I see a lot of similarities with people. And the one thing I can say I'm proud of, I've been able to stay me. I haven't changed anything about what I've done. I've been able to alter my trajectory, but stay on the same path, stay the same course. You know? And that's the one thing that I'm proud of. But yeah, I do enjoy having to kick people to the curb every once in a while. Sometimes you have to do it. You know, you gotta, every once in a while, you gotta make an example out of people, you know, just to let you know that, you know, tough choices have to be made, you know, and I may do that again soon. I gotta do it, man. It wouldn't be me if I didn't. It wouldn't be me if I didn't, man. Mm-hmm. You know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't. And it's about being authentic to yourself. And I'm all about authenticity. And I'm all about really just being me, being Jay the Black. You know, not trying to be anybody else. But we still gonna talk about these slurs, these female abusers, these left-wing lunatics. We still gonna talk about that. The disgruntled heifers, these effeminate males. We gonna keep it on message, man. Well, how old is the child, Bronx? That wouldn't surprise me because she'd rather be partying and being on social media than taking care of her children. Y'all gotta understand, those women don't take care of their children. Somebody else does. You know. They don't take care of their children. Other people take care of their children. But yeah. Yeah, other people are raising those children. They're not raising their children. They take photos with the children, but they're not raising the children. Yeah, they're not raising the children. They mama doing it, or their sister doing it, or they have a nanny. But, you know, they're not raising the children. And you can tell because it's almost like the children are inconvenience to them, or they're never interacting with the children. They're never out doing things. The father's more interactive with the child than they are. But then they talk about how good of a mother they are. But you're never with your child doing things. You're at home taking selfies to put on Instagram. You're never out and about with the children. Never out doing anything with the children. That's why those children grow up so detached, and they don't really know how to grow up and really care for or love anybody because they didn't have that growing up. Well, Mimi, that's a good thing. Your children is not with relatives. Now, going and seeing relatives every once in a while is not bad, But yeah, they shouldn't be staying over. You know, you got women that be having their kids staying over at any relative that will have them. Those are bad. Those are bad parents. Those are bad mothers. You know, and that ends up coming back on those women when them children end up treating them a certain way. Like I remember I saw a video, right, of this guy. He beat the crap out of his mother, and you could tell his mother probably used to have some sort of problem with substance. You could just tell. You could just tell she had a problem with substance, and he's just beating her down, man. And you could tell she probably put that boy through hell when he was younger. That was the anger of somebody that had held on to it but never was able to express how he felt. See, I'm telling you right now, you women that mistreat your children, it's going to come back on you eventually. And don't let it be one of these anger issue having sons. Okay? And this dude was like 2 times bigger than she was. He was a bigger guy, big guy. It was beating the crap out of his mother. Mother was thin. I'm telling you right now, you treat your kids bad, they're going to be whooping your ass. I guarantee you. They're going to be whooping your ass. They're going to be putting hands on you. They're going to be treating you like dirt. Because that's the karma you deserve when you don't take care of your children, you don't protect your children. That karma is going to come back on you, and and you're going to figure it out. You're going to have your years of getting older is going to be very painful because you're going to be neglected. Your kids are going to be putting hands on you because you can't do nothing to them now. They grown. They're going to be whooping your ass, telling you to shut up, cussing you out. What are you going to do? You're going to have to take it, or they're not going to help you. See, that's what happens when you don't take care of your children and you don't protect your children. That's what's going to happen. I've seen it. I've seen some of these videos and how these dudes or these women are treating their mothers. Is that the life that you want, to be treated like that by your children? Especially if you're dependent on your children. And don't be dependent on your children, man. You treat them like crap growing up, man. They're going to find some way to get paid back. They're going to find some way to get paid back. Raise your children the right way. So you don't have to be like Ari talking about bad baby daddies. You could talk about the good baby daddies. You could talk about the good baby daddy that you have. Choose the right men. That's all you got to do. There are good men out there. But women are not attracted to that type of energy, unfortunately. I'm not talking about all women, but I'm talking about the majority of the ones that complain. The ones that complain, they have children by men that don't want that responsibility. And they have to that's what they have to deal with for 18 years or however long, right? Shout out to everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all being here. I had a lot to say. I know it's been almost a week since I've been live, but you should have known damn well I was gonna speak up. Hold on, let me see. Shout out to the Bronx, Cy Jones with the Cash App. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. It's a damn shame. When I'm doing these live streams, you got more women or just as many women donating and supporting as you dudes. I don't know why a lot of you guys are here anyway when you don't even support the message. And you got women showing more support than you. Okay? I mean, it's sad. It's pathetic. But I'm here to give you the truth. And I'm in the mood to give the truth today. So when I see stuff like that, just know you're just like the rest of these guys that I clown and make fun of, because you're here, you're listening, you're pretending like you understand what I'm saying and you support it, but you don't really support it. You don't really support it. You're just here. Okay. I notice a lot of people just be here and they don't support. They don't really, you got people who pretend to support. You got people who throw underhanded shade in comments as if I don't see it when I do. But like I said, I'm a patient person. So I'm just pointing that out so you understand. Because, when you are speaking on these things and you notice the energy shifting, and a lot of these people are becoming more and more ungrateful. They're becoming more and more just here to be here or to flirt with women, right? I've seen that countless times. I mean, don't donate a dime, but they got everything to say to the women here. They don't support, don't do anything, but they want to flirt with the women here as if they don't get attention from women outside in the real world. I'm on that today. Gerald, why are you saying that? That was a donation. It wasn't a late fee, bro. That was a donation. Some of y'all should be donating.
Good content as always, Jaye, slightly smiling face.
Instead of these women, shout out to Ednice. Instead of these women donating, some of you dudes need to be doing it too. Instead of just sitting around with your hands folded or your arms folded, you should be supporting too. Because I'm telling you right now, this ain't looking right. But shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate the people supporting. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get notified when I post a video or go live. Shout out to Calvin Bruton Games. She complaining now. Like Jay-Z said, we don't believe in any more people. Oh, of course. Bad baby daddies. That's the narrative. That's the narrative.
She complaining now? Like Jay-Z said, we don't believe you need more people.
It's the men's fault. That's the narrative. And I'm going to smash that narrative every chance I get. And another thing too. Let me say this about what was it? Jemele Hill. Let me say this about Jemele Hill. Women like Jemele Hill are put in positions where they can push policies that are detrimental, and people will look at a Jemele Hill right. They'll say, you know what? She's married to a black man. She doesn't hate black men, right? She wants what's best for the black community. But you got to understand, we don't know if she's really married, number one. And number two, it's a business to her. Her attacking white people, it's a business. So when I look at the entirety of the melanated community and the people in it, right? There's a disparity of father-led households, right? It's due to the fact that women don't seek out fathers. They seek out companions. They seek out, screw buddies. They don't seek out men who can be protectors and providers, right? They don't. So when you create an environment of single mothers and baby daddies and dysfunctional sons and slorish daughters. It comes from the type of energy you're putting out there. And when you have people like Jemele Hill, who is nothing more than a Democratic shield, and you have a lot of melanated women who agree with her, who follow her, who feel like she's right. Like I saw Van Lathan talk about how she was right. She had her back and forth with another Democratic operative who disagreed with her. It shows me that we are in a community that is ran by women now. Women are pretty much, they've ran the community in the ground in order to preserve what they have. Go to some of these districts that are ran by black female politicians, especially Democrats. There's one in Texas, I believe. Isn't it Sheila Jackson? She's in Texas, right? And they say her district looks like a third world country. It's like a third world country. And they have pictures of it, and it does. You know, some of these people just don't care. They get on social media and they want to pretend like they want to help this country. They want to put this country in a position to be right. Like Jemele Hill says, she's a tax-paying American, as if she cares about being a tax-paying American. You know, she's just a fraud that wants to pretend like she has a vested interest in this country succeeding. No, everything you say is the opposite of that. It doesn't mean you have to be a conservative. You can be somebody who's an independent. You can be somebody who's a Democrat. But when you are for illegals just flooding this country, taking over black communities, by the way, those illegals are going to black neighborhoods. All across the country, they're going to black neighborhoods. So no, that don't help nobody. Okay? You do need a border. You do need better border security. And the fact that people like her support illegals coming to this country just shows you she don't care about your community. Because those foreigners are going to come to your communities. They're going to take your jobs, right? They don't care. I see you, David. What's up? So understand that these people want to destroy everything because they're not a part of those communities. They're not living in those communities. They're in gated communities, or they're in what you call those places, those office buildings, right? They're in those, not office buildings, excuse me, those apartment buildings, right? Those luxury apartment buildings, right? They're not in these communities. So they can say that they support illegals coming to black neighborhoods near you because they're not in those neighborhoods. They're not in those neighborhoods, so they don't care. So when I see people like that get on social media and they want to spew bullshit, it's going to get called out because I know they're frauds. Now, this all goes to Ari because Ari is somebody who has this mindset of a feminist. She calls herself Ari the Don. You know, she's put her hands on every boyfriend she's ever been with. These are the type of people that are raising children. Ari is raising a child, and women like her are raising children all across the country. And they're putting all types of men around their children. And they're not protecting their children. They won't even let the real father be around their kids. But they'll allow dysfunctional, tattooed face rapper be around their child. Who's probably not even taking care of the child. Not even taking care of the child. You know? Hold up. All right. Nonetheless, I appreciate everybody being here who was here. Make sure you like the video if you haven't. I guess that's it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say right now. Follow me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. Make sure y'all check out the videos I posted today. There will be videos, of course, tomorrow. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members. I might make some new moderators soon. I had to unmoderate some people. You're not just going to have a wrench on my channel and not show up. I've told y'all this many a times. There's no ceremonial wrenches here. If you ain't showing up and you're showing up somewhere else, you ain't going to be no mod over here. Okay? I appreciate y'all being here. Once again, you've been a wonderful group of people. I love the energy. We'll do this again another time. Y'all take care and have a good rest of your night, all right?